Corsica is where we will be heading for round 12 of the Pro Championship. And in terms of the Drivers' Championship up to this point, well, I think it's fair to say that I am very much the champion-elect now, because I have a 47-point lead now over Carlos Sainz, and it looks as though Tommi Mäkinen is almost certainly cinched for the runner-up spot at this stage. So the top three is pretty much sorted out, but fourth on downwards, well, they've still got some scores to settle. So let's now head to France, where we will be on the roads of Corsica.
They say on the tour of Corsica that the only straight bit of tarmac on the island is the runway at Ajaccio Airport. You can certainly believe it if you drive on the winding roads banked by perilous sheer drops that cross this Mediterranean island. On paper, it's quite a short event and held entirely on tarmac, but the road surface is coarse and bumpy, and don't forget those mountain drops. Words like unforgiving are often applied to Corsica, with good reason.
And so here we go, on the roads of Corsica, and where we begin in the mountains. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, go! Over crest, 50.
And so we begin on the mountainous roads of Corsica, trying to see if I can manage to convert the silver I scored here before into a gold. Of course, I would certainly want that to be the case, but whether that actually turns out to be the case or not, well, it depends on knowing if I can manage to limit my errors or not. Although, to be fair, last time I was here in Corsica, I was beaten fair and square, because I was just simply beaten by a faster car than me. I have no idea how I came back on my wheels, but I somehow did. Guess we'll just have to wait and see to be sure.
50 left 3 into long hairpin left. 50 left 5.
Okay.
100 long right 5.
I think I'm maintaining a good pace at this stage. Okay. Well, looks like I'm slowly pulling ahead of Tommi at this stage. I don't know where Carlos is running, but he's not inside the top 4 at the moment. So I'm going to assume he must be on the cusp. Okay. And now I've lost some time. Also, shout out to Kenneth Eriksson, who's running in P4, who's scoring points in the lone Hyundai that's actually performing at this stage. And over the line. 1-1-1 over Tommi Mäkinen. Okay, let's head on to stage 2. And as ever, I put in my channel initials. So one stage is down, here in the Corsica Rallye. And here is your top 10. So 1.11 seconds over Tommy Mäkinen, Richard Burns 3rd, Kenneth Eriksson 4th, Marcus Grönholm in 5th, and Didier Auriol in P6. With Carlos Sainz and Colin McRae being best of the rest in the 2 Fords, with Freddie Loix and Francois Delacour rounding off the top 10. So there is P11 to P16, and as ever, we have the bottom 5. So these are your results after stage 1, as the top 6 is rounded off by 2 Peugeots. And here is the rest of the field. Okay, we now head on to stage 2. So I do have the early lead here in Corsica, but my only question is, can I manage to realistically come out with a potential dub? Well, my pace seems to be strong so far, even though I've not crossed the sector split yet, but yeah, I had a feeling we might be doing okay at this stage. Guess we'll just have to wait and see to be sure. Yep, that's a fence. Okay. Right. Okay. And 2.69, nice, seconds ahead now of Tommy Mäkinen. And at this time, I'd say our pace is looking pretty good, as we're really going initial D style in these mountains. And now I have lost a shit ton of time. But hopefully the downhill section will help me to get some time back again. Okay. Right. Okay. And hey, I'm now 2.7 seconds ahead again. Okay.
50, left 3.
Are we going to get some time back again? Or are we going to lose time again? Let's see. Have we gained some time? Only just. This is definitely a tight rally, there's no question about that. Okay, moving on. Two stages are now down, and I can confidently say that both of them have been pretty close stages to say the least. But I still believe I'm on pace, and as I would have expected, the two Ford Focuses managed to squeak their way into the top 6, ahead of the two Peugeots. So, 0.3 of a second is how much I just won the stage by over Tommy. Burnsy finished P3, with Ericsson in P4, Sainz P5, and McRae in P6. And as ever, these are the rest of the results, just before I forget, because I was about to forget. And Thomas Radstrom at the bottom. I'm not surprised. Anyway, a 1.45 second lead is what I now have after 2 stages, with Richard Burns P3, 10 seconds behind me, Kenneth Ericsson P4, Carlos Sainz now moves up to P5, and Didier Auriol stays in P6, as Marcus Gronholm has now dropped out of the top 6. And the rest of the order, there are a few changes, but not many notable ones except for maybe Bruno Thierry jumping up 4 spots or something, if that counts. Anyway, let's now get on with stage 3. Actually, do I have a replay saved from stage 2? Any recent ones? You know what? Yeah, I think I will save this one. Just because I'm thinking about it and I don't want to forget. Okay, now let's get on with stage 3. And oh boy, do we have another wet stage.
Into long left 5. Into right 2, over crest. 50,
Anyway.
long right 4. 50, left 2. Into right 5, over crest. 50, long left 4.
I should not have let go of the throttle the way I did.
Into long right 3. 50, left 3, over crest.
Oh well. I think we're still on pace to gain some time. Well, Tommy is not letting me out of his sight, I know that for sure. I'm going to assume there must be a glitch area there or something, as the game is trying to pretty much, well, I guess you could say, compute the weather effects. I'm going to assume there must be a glitch somewhere on this stage. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see to be sure.
50, left 4. Caution, over crest. Into right 5.
Yeah, there's definitely a glitch involved in this stage somewhere.
50, over crest.
I think it's fair to say the game does not like running this stage,
Caution, over crest.
the way things currently stand.
Very long, hand in hand. 50, over crest. Into long left 3.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next.
Into left 3, tightens over crest. Into right 4.
Yeah, I had to step on the brakes there because I have no fucking idea what the game is doing to me right now. It's almost like whatever glitches there are on this stage, it's almost like they're just caving in. And I don't know why. But they just seem to be caving in.
Right 4. 50, right 4.
Guess we'll just have to wait and see to be sure.
Right 4.
Also depends on knowing if I can manage to stay on the road long enough.
50, right 2, over crest. Into right 3,
Okay.
into hairpin left.
Well, looks like I am coming back again
Hairpin left.
on this stage to try and mount some sort
100 left
of
3.
comeback into the stage, so I can still maintain my rally lead.
Into left 1 and right 1. 50, left 3, 50, right 4. Over crest. 50, left 4. Into right 4.
I'm so glad that fence was there.
Into left 4. 50, long left 4. And finish.
And across the line. Okay. Only 7/100ths of a second behind Tommy. So, the time I've lost, it's definitely damage limitation altogether. Anyway, let's look at the times. Yeah, I can definitely say that felt a lot better towards the end of the run than it did at the start of the run. So, I only lost that stage in the end by 0.07 of a second to Tommy in the end, as Richard Burns was P3 with Kenneth Eriksson 4th, Colin McRae 5th, and Carlos Sainz in P6. And Freddie Loix finishes best of the rest in the second Mitsu. And here is the rest of the order. Okay, so 1.37 seconds is now the gap to Tommy after 3 stages, with Richard Burns in P3, Kenneth P4, Carlos P5, and Colin now officially in P6. Not really saying anything because, well, you pretty much get the point over what it is I will say about the rest of the field. Anyway, on now to Filitosa. Over now to Filitosa, Bichi-san. And so begins stage 4 of the Corsica Rallye.
50, long right 4, over crest. 50, left 5.
Okay.
50, over crest.
Alrighty.
Into right 3. Into
So I do still have the lead in the rally up to this point.
50, left 3, over crest. Into
Hopefully if
left
it's
5.
possible, I can manage to maintain
Long
that.
left 3.
I really don't want to do that too many times.
Long hairpin left.
And now I've fallen back again.
crest.
unsurprisingly.
Right 5. 50, left 4, over crest. Into right 4. Into very long, hairpin left.
Okay.
50,
Right.
over crest. Into long, right 4, tighten. 50, right 2,
Okay.
over crest. 50, long, left 5.
And now I'm losing
Right
even
4,
more time.
over crest. Into
That's
left
great.
4.
That is just fucking
50,
great.
50, long, left 3, over crest.
Is it possible for me to stop losing time and actually start gaining time for once?
Into hairpin left.
For fuck's sake.
50, long, right 4. Into left 4. And right 4.
I want to fucking win this rally, not come up fucking short again.
Into right 5. 50, left 4, over crest. Into long, right 4. Into left 4.
Fuck!
Into left 2. 50, right 4. 200, right 3. Into long, hairpin left. 50, right 4. Into left 4. And long, right 4. 50, left 5. Into long, hairpin right. 50, left 5. Into hairpin right.
Huh, I actually gained some time for
50,
once.
long, left 4.
Even though that does not shield me from the
50,
fact
right
of
4.
knowing just how terrible I think this stage has gone up to this
Right
point,
3, over crest.
and how I actually wish I did have the power
And right 5.
to just simply
Hairpin left.
floor it.
50, right 3. Into left 4. And long, right 4. 50, left 3. And finish.
And... oh, okay. Considering how bad that stage was going, I did not think I was gonna find a way to somehow be just 2 seconds behind Tommy. I did not think that was going to be the case, but, well, here we are. But it still limits the odds of me actually getting all the way to actually winning this rally, because, as you could tell, I was very frustrated with knowing just how lackluster my pace was in that middle sector. But then I somehow came back in the last 2 sectors. I really don't know what it is, but something in those last 2 sectors almost reeled me back in to actually come close to winning it. But now it looks like my odds of winning, unless Tommy does not finish 2 seconds, unless Tommy finishes 2 seconds behind me in the final stage, I don't think I'm winning this. Yeah, 2 seconds. Well, I have overcome bigger deficits, but I'm not convinced in saying that this one is going to be a pass. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And, well, of course, if I don't like it, then I can always re-record it, because, well, there are plenty of first attempts I did not like during this playthrough because of how atrocious they were. Okay, well, 2 seconds heading into stage 5, so it's pretty much do or die if I'm actually going to pull this off. Anyway, here is the rest of the field, rounded off by Petter Solberg. And I don't know how to feel going into this, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see to be sure. And what do you know, it's another night stage.
2, 1, go! 50, right 2.
And since we are starting a downhill run, hopefully I can manage to gain some time with my extended gears, since I did, of course, switch from medium gears to long gears.
Into left 3 and long right 4. 50, left 4.
Guess we're just gonna have to wait and see to be sure.
And left 2. Into long right 4. 50, right 2. Over crest.
Okay. Well, to start with, I'm already up by 1.6 seconds.
Right 3. Into long left 4. 50,
So,
right 3.
maybe
Into left
it
3.
is possible for me to
And
reel this
very
back
right
in,
4.
if I can set a consistent pace that keeps me 2 seconds ahead. I might be able to do that. As long as I can finish 2 seconds ahead of... oh, never mind. Yeah, maybe long gears was not a good idea for this. Because it looks like I'm gonna have my ass handed to me again.
50, right 3. Into left 3.
Unless I can manage to somehow keep my car straight.
Over crest. Into long left 2. 50, right 2. Into long left 2. 100
And
very long hairpin.
surprisingly I do. Although I don't know how much more time I'm gonna gain here.
Into very long hairpin right.
Okay. Alright. I don't know how much time this is going to help me gain, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see to be sure. Huh, I'm up by 11 seconds in Sector 4. In spite of me feeling like I was probably having the worst stage ever in the previous stage, I feel like I've actually got a shot of coming back into this now, because this is not at all what I had in mind when it came to heading into this stage. Yep, I have somehow come back and won the rally by 7.9 seconds. Jesus. I know I told myself to gain time, but I didn't think I was going to gain that much time. Well, this game works in mysterious ways. Okay, let's check the results. And so it's official. We have scored victory in Rally Corsica. And as a result, we have now unlocked the Australia Single Rally, as well as the Australia Time Trials. And now, at some point I have to figure out how to win Britain as well. Could be today, could also be tomorrow. But either way, I will most likely get something figured out. So, before we continue, I will of course need to save the game, so there aren't any serious kerfuffles. And now, let's look at our results. So, a virtual 10-second win over Tommy in that final stage. So I basically came back and I more or less destroyed the opposition in that final stage. Richard Burns P3, Carlos Sainz P4, Kenneth Eriksson P5, and Didier Auriol in P6. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Freddie Loix in P6. So Didier Auriol finishes best of the rest in the leading Peugeot, then Colin McRae 8th, Marcus Gronholm in 9th, and Francois Delacour in 10th. And here is the rest of the order. So, 8-second victory in the end. Was not expecting myself to win it by that much, even though I did have to fight back in order to win that stage. It very much came down to the wire. This rally was a lot closer than what the intervals would suggest. But either way, I pulled it off. Now I just have to figure out how to win in Britain. If that's at all possible. And Petter Solberg is at the bottom once again. So there we go. We have won Rallye de France, Tour de Corse. And in the updated point standings, while Tommy has now closed the gap to Carlos, as it is now only 4 points between the two of them. Richard Burns now moves back up into P4, Colin now drops down to P5, and Kenneth Eriksson is now tied for 8th with Freddie Loix, who is gaining some very valuable points for Hyundai at this stage, and no one else has scored yet. Okay. And in the manufacturers, while Citroën now has a 32-point lead over Ford, Mitsubishi is very much looking to take the bronze in the manufacturers, and Subaru, well, they're very much looking to take 4th in the standings. So, 12 rallies down, 2 to go. Let's now head to the deserts of Australia.